everyone. Welcome to today's Hooray, it's Thursday. I'm Courtney. I'm your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the New South Wales Central Coast. And welcome you all to my channel. So if you're watching on Facebook, g'day Facebook friends. If you're watching on YouTube, g'day. How you going? Please leave your comments below. I'll come back and I'll grab them all later. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to them today because we're going to go speedy. So I've got something new for you today. We've got our new what's it called, a mini catalogue coming out starting next week now. So it's getting quicker. I'll just swap screens. So it's getting closer. I can't show you the inside yet. I can show you some of the goodies that I've got in my hot little hands, but that's the inside. There's the back. You can use that QR code to check out some of the things. You can add the goodies from this catalogue into a kit if you want to get them sooner rather than later. But like I said, it is next week, so we don't have to wait much longer. This here is decorative trees that I want to show you. I'm using this stamp set at my retreat in November. It's the first weekend in November. I've still got some spots available. You'll get this stamp bundle as part of it, your kit for the retreat. So it comes with there's 14 stamps. They're photopolymer. We've got inside and outside sentiments and lots of decorative things, but these are the pièce de la résistance of them. So these are the dies, and if I remember correctly, yep, there's 17 of them. So because you'll notice this one's actually 2. All right, and I'm going to pull that one out because I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this little guy as well, and I'm going to use the star for today's card that we're making. But we've got some really great things. How fun is this one? Just with the star added on the top. I reckon there's going to be lots of really cool things done with that. We've got some bases. We've got this one here's holly, and so you can use our metallics for that to make put the little red berries on. We've got some snowflakes for the lovers of snow, some plaid. There's a really nice plaid embossing folder coming, some dots, and another little decorative piece. These little pieces are our tinsel, a bow or a ribbon bow, which you could also use with our little baubles, and there's some bows as well. So that I think is the best. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the whole thing to the side. We're going to make this card today, but we're going to do it in a different color. The paper that I'm using is called Winter Meadow. It's currently on special till the end of the month with our 15% off. So you might want to go and grab some of that. I've got some pieces of it here that I can show you. It's really quite pretty. You can use it just for any day cards. It's got a plain back, but then on the other side there is a pattern piece. I love this piece with its little deer in the bottom. That makes a card all by itself. This here is one of my favorites of the pieces, but then I absolutely love the back. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm using this piece here, which upside down, which is got our blue trees on it. Now, I just thought from a traditional perspective, we don't usually do blue Christmas. I do quite a bit of it, but not usually. And I've used some of that on the other card. So there's some really pretty pieces of designer series paper in here. Like all our like a lot of our designer series paper, this one's 12 by 12. You're going to get 6 different patterns, or 6 different sheets. You're going to get 2 of each. Then there's different on both sides. So you'll notice that I've used that as my background piece there. So what I'll do is I'll show you how I made this, and we might just teaser up a bit. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so I do already have my stamps on my blocks that I need. I'm going to use Oh Christmas Tree because I do really like it. I do like May Your Days Be Merry as well, but we'll have a play and I'll show you how I did this. Okay, I might add some fiber to it because you know how you all know how I love ribbon. So I've got a basic white base. I've got some of my bits already cut out. Okay. Oh, g'day. How you going? All right, I'm starting to see everybody saying hello, so which is always really nice. So just do my quick glance up. Now, basic white thick cardstock does not necessarily like bending as easily as our other cardstock, so I have scored it. This is just an A4 piece. It's an A4 piece cut in half, so it's the 21 centimeters by the 14.9, and then I've scored it at 10.5. Okay, you still need to burnish it with your bone folder. Okay, I've got a piece of Night of Navy for the inside with the basic white. That's going to go on my inside of my card. I didn't bring over an envelope, but that's okay. I'm just going to stick a tree on the envelope today. So what I've done is I've cut these 3 pieces. This piece here measures 8.5 by 13, and this frames it by 0.5 centimeter. So this one here, the Night of Navy, is 9 by 13.5, just so that it gives us a nice big white background around it. So, but we are going to do a couple of little things different. You can emboss this after you've cut it. There's a few things that you can do with it. There is a really nice tree embossing folder coming. I don't have it yet. Otherwise, I would have used it because I think it would make a really smick addition to it. This piece here, which is grey on the back, is going to then slip underneath there. So we're going to use it as our peekaboo piece, for want of a better word. And then I've got this really cool piece here, just so that we can cut our tree out of that. A little bit of silver foil. So let's get some cutting happening first. Okay, so I'll just bring in, I believe these will fit through your mini, but I've got the big one sitting beside me. I do, when I'm at home, I do like to use the big one. It is a bit heavier, but I just like it. So it's one of those things that you sort of use what you're used to, I guess. So we can do them both at the same time. Please, when you're doing this, try and be a bit frugal. If you line your tree up on an angle, what you'll find is you can actually get more of it out of the, more bang for your buck. See, I would have been able to fit that one in there if I hadn't cut that star out of it, but because I've cut that star out of it, I'll send it down there because I do need another star. And we'll do that. Now, what you will notice is we're going to need to go through twice, so that's okay. What you will notice with the one that's silver filigree, for want of a better way of putting it, it's like a pattern piece. Let's push all them off because I need to cut one out of the white. With this one here, it's smaller. So I'll show you what I had to do with that. Okay, now I want to aim this piece. You could thieve from here if you wanted to. That will be up to you, because you can, because that is going to get hidden. It's going to get hidden by 2 pieces, so nobody's going to see it. So you could actually cut out a spare tree. And I'm thinking, so that we've got something to play with, let's do that. Something extra. I'm thinking, based on the picture that we've got, I'm going to go with a snowflakey one. Make sure you do it sort of in the middle, because you don't want it to, and we're only getting this one just in case we may not use it. Sorry about all the wobbling. It is, isn't it? All right. Yep, that's cut out. Look at those little bits up there. Make sure when you cut it out that you make sure that you've got all the frame, that you've left your frame quite nicely around it. Okay, so I actually want to make sure when I cut out my white piece that I get that tree there. So I'm going to have to cut this one up a little bit higher than what I did when I did it before. So I'm hoping Just do a little bit of quick measuring. Yeah, I should get that tree there. And try and make sure it's straight. So, you know, I did cut numerous out for that first card, just saying. But yeah, but do try and make sure it's straight. So I've just sent it through and just cut that one out. Okay. So you do end up with a spare white Christmas tree, which you can use for lots of different things. You can use them for, well, you can use them on another card. You can use them as a mask. You can use them for lots of different things. So don't throw them away. Do save them and do use them. Okay. I really need a new what's it called? It's for my cut and emboss machine, don't I? Okay, so that's going to end up on there. So that tree sort of is in the picture. And the beauty is we've got a little bit of room. We can trim off some more off this piece of paper. Actually, I might do that so that these trees down here end up in it. So I'll just make a mark on there. Grab my trimmer and we'll cut that off. You just don't want it to stick out the top. So a pencil is a very handy tool to have on the craft table, I will say. Okay. So we've got a couple of pieces happening here. That piece is going to end up sitting underneath there. That's going to then sit on top of there, and that's going to look beautiful. But before we do that, this piece here, it's too big. So I don't know if you saw, but that piece there, it fits a couple of different ways. It will fit straight on top of it, like so. Okay. It will also fit as a bit of a decorative piece like so as well. So let me just get her out. It's so pretty and it's so fine. Like, look at it. Isn't it pretty? So it fits in a couple of different ways. It fits on your tree like this, if that's how you want it to sit. And that looks really nice, I will say. Actually, we could probably do that for this one. That looks nice. But it also looks nice, and this is actually what I want to do, and what I did with the first one, is I lined it up, I popped it up on there, and then I glued it on, and then I trimmed it. So that is what we're going to do. Now, with gluing fine things, you can use our fine tip glue pen. I do like it, but my favorite glue is the multi-purpose glue. I've got a little bit sitting, and you won't be able to see it. There'll be the tiniest drop there. Can you see it? All right, and I'm just rubbing it over the edges, and I find it easier when I'm holding it up. Now, if you've got a silicone mat, you can use the silicone mat. You don't want this glue squelching out the side. The reason why we don't want the glue squelching out the side is this glue dries tacky. And I am a firm believer in less is best. My girls, I can hear them all laughing at me now. My team members and my crafting ladies will tell you less is best with this glue, because if you get it on anything on the outside, you need to remove it, because otherwise it sticks to the front of your envelope. It sticks in your envelope, and that's not a good look. I did do the star, didn't I? Oh yeah, there it is. It's got a pretty pattern around the outside edge of it. Doesn't want to. I've got glue all over my fingers now. And then I just trimmed this like so. Here she comes. All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
All right. Go on, off you go.
Yeah.
Go on, off you go. I'm busy. All right. Okay. So, and that's going to be our so far that's going to be our card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece here on. Okay. I'll just put it around my tree a bit, and then I'll put some around the top edges and around the side edges of here. Okay, so the reason why I have done it that way is I can then manipulate it. I don't want it to be seen from the front, like, except for the bit under there. So I can push it over a bit. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room to play, but that looks pretty good. Okay, now I could emboss that as one. Like I said, I could have embossed it, but I've just made the decision not to. What I did do is I didn't stamp it. Now I should have stamped it before I did that, because if you don't stamp it first, what happens is now I've got like a ridge here, and that won't stamp flat. So that's okay. Lucky I was prepared. Here is a piece of our just plain basic white, and I've got the sentiment here. The colours that are in this pack, there's Blueberry Bushel, Misty Moonlight, Lost Lagoon. There's no Night of Navy, but I think Night of Navy works. All right, so when you read the colours that it mentions, Night of Navy doesn't get a mention, but I think Night of Navy works. So, oh, Christmas tree. Reminds me of a song. It's probably a bit high. Let's try the other side and see if I can get a better aim. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. That's so much better. Right, so that's that one. Now, I do have star stamp, and I've got a little star stamp. So what I'm going to do, just to change it up a bit, is around this piece. Okay, and that's the beauty of your cards. You'll see here I've got some little stars. Oh, yeah, I've got some little stars up there. They're just done in Stamped Off Lost Lagoon. I don't have a piece. Oh, do I have a scrap of paper? I don't have a piece of paper to stamp off on, so nobody's going to see this piece. Stamp off, stamp on here, stamp off, and they end up different. Now, because the other thing I could do, because it's going on there, I could actually do that and just stamp in the middle, because it doesn't matter. Oh, I nearly forgot to stamp off. So this is second generation stamping. When you're stamping off, they call it second gen. I didn't do it that time, so we'll have to go up here and do one that's solid just to make it so that it works. Okay. So, and it's a technique by itself. And it's one that I actually really like to do. And you can stamp off as many times as you like. And you'll see you get all different colours and different shades. You can stamp off on the spare piece here because that was going to get covered. It wouldn't have mattered. You could stamp off onto your, so onto the back of the stuff. It is not a problem. This is my inside piece. Again, I'm going to make it match, but I do want to stamp off it. And then I'm just going to pop my tree here. And just because I can, this tree is going to get a little bit shorter. Okay, so this tree needs a star, but I don't think it needs to be very dark. I do like a lighter Night of Navy at times, and that looks pretty smick. And that's what I'm going to do in my envelope, even though I don't have an envelope here on the table with me. They're all the way over there, and I'm not getting up for it because we need to be a little bit more efficient today. So, okay. So far we're looking good. So we've done an old Christmas tree. We've got the inside. I'll just actually stick that in. I'm not going to put a sentiment on the inside. I've started, because I give away a lot of my cards and I sell some too. I don't necessarily put sentiments on the inside, because then that way people go, oh, what's written on the inside? I might not like it. It's just like there's nothing written on the inside, so that you can actually write whatever you like. So I'll just pop this piece in here. Now, I have been making, when I've been making the basic white cards recently, oh, careful, there's a bit of ink there on the bench, on the glass. What I have been doing is putting the extra piece of cardstock in. It strengthens your card. It does make it feel a bit more, I don't know, I think the word I want to use is plush. What do you reckon? Plush is a good word. Makes it more fancy. Right, so that's going to work quite nice. Look at that. Oh, I do like that. What do you reckon? Yep. Okay. Now, the other thing. So this one here has got no fibre on it. And I've decided I want to put some fibre on it. So I don't have any silver ribbon. I think silver would make perfect. Silver twine would make perfect. But we don't have any of that at the moment. So I've got this really pretty iridescent ribbon. What I've got to decide is what I want to do with it. So this tree is going to stick here. Okay, and there's going to be the silver star up here. All right, I'm thinking I need a bow, and then I'm going to put the Oh Christmas tree down the bottom. Right. Or do I put the bow down the bottom, stick that up there, and stick that over the bow? Oh, decisions. So hard. I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I am thinking that I do need a couple of light stars around this one. But I'm thinking I just need to put a couple of bigger ones rather than the little ones. So we'll just stamp you off up there. Stamp that one on there. And we'll stamp one there. One there. Oopsie. I hope I haven't wrecked it now. That looks all right still, doesn't it? Yeah, looking good. All right, so I'm thinking a ribbon across here. Where is my... We can always take it off, can't we? Like if we decide we don't like it, we can take it off. My tear tape. Put this across here. And this one across here. Just give that a bit of a trim. I'm going to trim it on an angle because I want it on an angle on the front. This is our iridescent ribbon. It's, I think, a centimetre. Oh, 1.3 centimetres wide. All right. Just going to do a bow. You can do a knot if you prefer. Might have needed to leave a little bit more of a rope. Give it a bit more. I was trying to be too stingy with my ribbon, and that's never a good thing. Okay. All right, and we'll just trim that one up there. And this one here can get a little bit shorter. actually really like that. That's coming together quite nicely. I'm wishing I hadn't put all those big stars on there though. I'm thinking you're going to stick there like so. Actually, no, I don't mind them. That one's the only one I'm not a fan of because that's the one I want where my tree is. I'll make that work. You watch. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. It's very pretty. So the Oh Christmas tree, got a couple of, oh, this one, I didn't show you this. I'll just get all the bits out of it. This one is the one with the snowflakes. Look at that. I'm just deciding whether I want to put it on there or not. You see. Just getting it out. It's very fine. Oh, it's really pretty. Oh, I really like it. It's not going to work for this card, but I really like it. It would also look, how did I do that? Oh, I see. It would look also really smick in there. Oh, look at that. Oh, I do like that. We need to do that. We're doing that. Yeah. Though it hides that paper at the back. What do you reckon? Yeah, we need to do that, I think. Doesn't matter that it hides that paper at the back. Now, because I've put my ribbon on there, I'll just pop these bits out. Well, I wasn't planning on doing that, but I'm glad I did. Look at that, because I really like it. Okay, so we're going to put some glue very finely on this guy. And it doesn't have to be completely all over. Now, we do have sheets of adhesive. If you want to use those, you can stick some adhesive, the double-sided tape sheets to your piece of navy that you then stick the whole thing through the embossing machine, and you end up with a sticker that looks like this. The beauty about it is it will be a little bit thicker, so it will be a bit easier to manipulate and move into the space that you want it to sit in, which it fits quite nicely into there. Oh, I do like that. Look at that. How amazing does that look? We've hidden it up with a bow, but that's all right. Okay, this one here needs a mini glue dot. Not a mini glue dot, a mini, what's your dot? Which are on the table because I brought them over deliberately. Okay. Put that over to the side. I definitely brought over my mini, that one's empty. Yeah, I did. They're dimensionals. There they are. Found them. See, I knew I brought them over. They're with the stamp set and some bling. Right, so the star needs a mini dimensional, okay, or a quarter of a big one, okay. The gap in the middle of the star is too small for a big dimensional. It's even too small for half a big dimensional. Okay, so it needs a mini one. I'm actually going to stick it over that blue stamp star. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, let's glue this baby down so that we know what we're working with. Okay, so I'll have to hold it up because I just put glue absolutely everywhere because I forgot that I had a hole in my Night of Navy piece. And it's not as easy to get it straight when I have to do it that way. but that's all right, worked. Yes, I would have ended up with glue all over my glass mat, and which is fine, it wipes off beautifully, but it makes it really hard when it sticks to the back of your actual card. Okay, so let's pull this messy piece here in, and we're going to hide all of that mess by doing that. Now I can push it all flat. And I actually really like that bow. Okay, so Oh Christmas Tree is going to get, I'm thinking it needs to be flagged at both ends. So let's do that. So I like to flag it just by snipping into the middle, then snipping towards it, because then I end up with it right, snipping into the middle. We do have punches that do ends for us, but it's over on the other table. So we've got Oh Christmas Tree, and there's a couple of different things that you can do here. So I could back that with some Night of Navy. I could back it with this piece here, which is actually what I'm going to do because I've got it with me. And I'm actually using my scissors because my trimmer is on the table. Okay, and I want it to go in line with what I've already got there. So I'm just cutting around it. Okay. And I'm going to put that on some dimensionals as well. All right, now I do have on my table, I've got a door bar, and because my card base is Night of Navy, I am actually going to put some Night of Navy around this just to make it that little bit darker. Not my card base, my frame. That's what I meant to say. Because as much as the blueberry bushel is gorgeous, I think Night of Navy is actually more appropriate for what I want to do here. Yeah, that looks better. And we're going to stick that on with some dimensionals. Onto here. There's our dud one. Nobody needs to know about that. And like you can see my table, it's just getting messier and messier by the minute. Do you know what? The whole big table looks like that on a regular basis. Hold my tongue straight. There we go. And that's going to go down here. Might push it off over to that side there a bit. It's pretty. All right, what do you reckon? Is this stamp set becoming one of the ones that you have to have? I actually really like it. Initially I thought, oh, another tree set. And then it was like, oh, actually I really need that in my life. Okay, so you're going to go over there. This guy is going to have dimensionals. Now, because of where I'm going to make him sit, I'll put one up here up high, and the other two, it's going to be one there. The other one has to go about there. Okay. So this essentially is the same as that first card I showed you, but a little bit different. Same, but different. Is that what they say? Got all these little extra pieces in it. I don't know where they've come from. I think they've come from the snowflake filigree thing. And they've just stuck under there. But they can all just hop out. Go on. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've seen these guys. These are the, oh, no, you won't have seen these guys because they're new. These are the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. There is, in here, there's gold, there's like a goldy color, but there's white. And they're like a creamy white, but they're really pretty. So guess what? I've got a piece here that needs some bling, mainly because it's got a mark on it. So I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to add a couple more just because I can. And they're really pretty. Okay. And I might put one down. Oops, they're jumping around. Put one down here. No. About there. That means it needs, it's got to be an odd number. It means I need one up here. Oh. It's too hard. Don't want them all on the one side. Do need one over this side. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so those are the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. They're really pretty. But this suite is the decorative trees. That's what we started with. Okay. Looks good. And I thought, how can I make that better? And this is next level. All right. They call that stepping up. Okay. So I'd love to see your Christmas cards. I'd love to, oh, and there's that inside. And I'd love to see what you get to do with it. This set is one that I will be using for my retreat. So if you'd like to join us, it is the first weekend in November. I hold it here in my craft room. It does look a bit messy at the moment, but if I just go like this, you sort of can see how big the area is. So there's lots of room when I clean up. All right. So you're welcome to join us. We will be featuring that out of our mini catalogue, which goes live in next week. So, and there's lots of fun stuff in there. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I make over 100 Christmas cards to send out. I make birthday cards. I'm slack at sending birthday cards and thank you cards and every other type of card. I'm usually pretty good at sympathy ones though, but I really like my Christmas cards. So these guys will feature as part of my Christmas card collection because I need quite a few. So at one stage I used to make them all the same so I knew who got what. Now it's get what I made. Everybody gets a different card. Okay. So hopefully I get to see what you guys get up to with your Christmas ones. I hope that you love this card and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Toodaloo.